on a rocky outcrop in Somaliland. Hidden in a series of caves are some of the most important prehistoric paintings in the world. Vivid and extremely well preserved, female cattle with full udders and long curved horns are most prominent. Giraffes and goats are also shown, along with human figures with outstretched arms, worshipping the cattle and hunting with packs of dogs. It is believed that the Neolithic civilization that created the paintings had recently transitioned from hunter-gatherers to pastoralists with domesticated animals. Barely an hour and a half drive away from the capital Hargeisa, the last Geel cave remained unknown to the outside world for centuries and was only discovered in 2001 by archaeologist Muhammad Abdi Ali, a former guerrilla fighter and Somaliland's answer to Indiana Jones.
I've been here before, but it's a place that still absolutely takes your breath away.
Muhammad told me why the site's paintings are uniquely preserved.
godkan dabayl badani kuma dhici jirin gooy hoy libaax bay ahayd dadkana psychology ahaan cid kastaba ha u sheegto waxa loo tusay goob libaaxyadu wax la jibanku joogaan.
Las Geel translates to Camel's Well, giving clues to why this site became so sacred.
waxaan ku sheegaya haddaba halkan maxay dadkani ku noolaayeen baa taala horta halkan way weeyday ahaydoo biyihii wada arkaya halkan gutilahan aanu soo dhaafnay kontorka dhinaciisa halkii ay kala bixi jireen maarta iyo touriska.
Las Geel is visited by locals and school groups discovering their ancient heritage, and it's also growing in importance as a draw for the more intrepid international visitor.
It's like in this place we are in our, we reach out like our ancestors way back. It's like it's a nature that you will feel like you're just in a place like in the history.
These paintings are believed to be up to 9,000 years old and are not just an important part of Somaliland's archaeological history, they are also playing a part in its political future. After gaining independence from Britain in 1960, Somaliland voluntarily joined with Italian-ruled Somalia. But the union soon deteriorated into a decade-long civil war, which led to the deaths of some 200,000 Somalilanders. When war ended in 1991, 90% of Hargeisa, the capital, was destroyed. Somaliland is now self-governing, with an independent government, democratic elections, its own military and currency, and has been peaceful for 30 years. But despite this, it doesn't officially exist, as it's not recognized as a country by the international community. Monuments to Somaliland's civil war like this one have come to symbolize this country's modern history. But it's archaeological sites dating back thousands of years which are now capturing the imagination of the international community and of Somalilanders as well. And where diplomacy has failed, the status of its heritage is gaining momentum. And that's why Las Geel is becoming a new emblem for the state's push for international recognition. Their message to the world is clear. With recognition, the door would open to much-needed funding and tourism, which in turn would help preserve invaluable archaeological sites that otherwise could be lost. The cave paintings are also playing a role in shaping a national identity. The caves at Las Geel depict a key moment in human civilization when animals were first domesticated. And thousands of years later, livestock continues to play a key part in everyday life. Here at the Hargeisa livestock market, hundreds of animals are bought and sold each morning. At its heart, it is still very much a nomadic country, and most people make their living through herding livestock. But Somaliland is also a young country in every sense. 70% of its population is under 30 years old. And whilst it tries to modernize, the young people here are very much connected to their heritage.
Gallery.
Dr. Jama Musa Jama is the director of the Hargeisa Cultural Center.
This is one of the young artists based in the Cultural Center. And when he did this paint, and I asked why, what you inspired me, yes, he said, I love Lascelles.
He explained to me why Lascelles is so important for this generation of young people.
Lascelles has been part of this regeneration identity, identifying with this land, with this historical knowledge production. So that's really important for the young people.
A group of young artists are live painting for their upcoming exhibition.
Lascelles inspired as an artist. We have a lot of an ancient artists on there. You know that when I see Lascelles, I think we have an ancient historical artist.
Since Lascelles' discovery, many more sites of interest have been found. However, there are limited funds available to study these, and many are at risk from neglect and land development. Horn Heritage is involved in research, preservation, and education. They are not short of young archaeologists, such as 25-year-old Shakib.
If we get an international recognition, that can help us to preserve these rich heritage archaeological sites, otherwise they could be lost.
Horn Heritage have started digitizing the paintings at Lascelles with 360-degree photos and drone images. But there is still a lot more to be done to preserve the site and make it accessible. Experts all agree it is worthy of UNESCO World Heritage status. However, while Somaliland is unrecognized, it can't apply for this and the associated funds.
I believe that getting an international recognition could draw and attract a lot of investment that can turn to these archaeological sites into the most famous world archaeological sites in the Horn of Africa.
Somaliland has been seeking recognition for 30 years now, but there is no guarantee of when or if it will happen. For Mohammed, who stumbled upon these caves, the political debate needs to be put to one side, while sites important to the whole world are at risk.
Mohammed, you've been involved in the story of Lascelles and many other archaeological sites in Somaliland for decades. What's your message to the world about their importance?
ooyaan lagu xidhan aqoonsiga waa dhaxal aynu wada leenahay caddaan iyo midab kasta bilaadam ka yeesho ama haynda yar yaradabe marka way degdeg loo yimaada haddii loo iman waayo 210ka goobood ee anigu inta inshaydu garan karta ah inta ka badan ee xabaalnimo baabi si xun loo burburi doonaa marka adduunku halala badbaadiyo taariikhdiisa waan wada leenahay waa halkii aabahini oo guriga aabaheen ma wada dhisnaa oo nagu kale